What up, everybody? Welcome to Gameover Ent, and today on Walking Dead Wednesday, we're talking about Telltale's last announcement of The Walking Dead Season 3, of a Walking Dead New Frontier release date, and their key art that they released. Some fans have pointed out to me in the comments some things that I did not notice, and I want to share with you guys here because I find them quite interesting. Now, one thing that I did kind of pick up on that has been a reoccurring trend throughout the Walking Dead seasons that we have gotten is the family theme. Telltale did really emphasize that this theme is going to be about, how far will you go to protect the family? All right. Now, that is not something new to The Walking Dead. That is something we've seen before in The Walking Dead Season 1. That's the whole reason that kind of facilitated Clementine's disappearing and the stranger getting his hands on Clementine, because she wanted to find her parents. She wanted to be reunited with her family, and that actually backfired on her.
Careful, she's a crack shot now.
You got this girl shooting guns?
And that would lead to his untimely death.
God damn.
That didn't go so good.
No, it did not go so good.
Now in Season 2, the whole motivation going on, at least as far as Carver's situation is going down, is that he wanted his family.
They're just still on edge after the Carver thing.
It's been 5 days. Why would Carver still be following us?
What's the most important thing in this world? What does everyone want? Even the gangs. What do you think they're all after?
Family.
It's a tough world out there without people you can trust.
So yeah, Carver was really trying to create his own family, and he was not willing to let that go, no matter how far he had to go to secure that. And that's something we saw with Rebecca and Carver and his whole situation, and kind of what motivated season 2, and that is the same motivation that's going into Season 3 right now, where it seems like Javier or Clementine has lost a member of their family, and now they're being faced with the decision of how far they are willing to go in order to protect that family that they hold and love so dearly. Now, as far as the comments go, a fan here pointed out to me that the shirt we see on this new character right here, this flannel button up here, it could possibly be the same shirt that we saw on Clementine in a previous screenshot. Meaning that this character right here is potentially an ally, someone who's going to be helping us. So I don't think we'd be wearing the shirts or using the accessories of our enemies here. So this character here seems to be a good person on Clementine's side. It kind of reminds me of the same situation of Bonnie, where Bonnie actually gave Clementine a jacket to wear. Maybe she gave Clementine this to wear, or this to put on just in case it gets cold. So somewhat maybe of a protective figure around Clementine, looking out for her. And Clementine is a character that is known to have physical mementos of people she actually cared about. For instance, her father's hat, a photo of Lee, a drawing of Kenny, Katja, and Duck, her clip from Lily that ties her hair back, the jacket from Bonnie, and some other ones you can choose to keep if you want, like the gold watch from Pete, Sarah's glasses, Jane's nail file, and Kenny's hat, if you choose to take AJ inside Wellington.
Oh, here, take this. When he's old enough, you make him wear it. It'll keep the sun out of his eyes. That's important.
But there's still a possibility that these could be two different shirts. And someone also said that the key art that we got right here actually resembles the Force Awakens poster. And I could kind of see what they're talking about here, where they got Javier big-headed, and then they got the Walker on the right and Clementine on the left, and then they got these small characters in the bottom, like these co-stars below, and basically showing the overall theme of what's going on, at least in the first episode of The Walking Dead Season 3. I do remember an article a couple years back that said that Telltale would really like to work with a Star Wars property, a Telltale Star Wars game, but that never really came out. Hopefully there's still hope for something like that. I think that still would be pretty cool, but the CEO of Telltale Games is also a pretty big fan of Star Wars. Javier's new beard. So this is something I didn't really notice the first time looking at this, is that Javier has a little bit more beard here, And I just want to point out something that has been, I guess is now a trend in The Walking Dead. It seems like if you lose your family, if you have lost your family to some type of tragedy, such as Kenny has, you know, he's our example. Now he has this epic facial hair that we see in season 2. And now Javier is starting to grow his little bitty patch of facial hair upon his face. I guess this is probably what happens after he loses his family, after he enters that moment of despair. He really lets his physical appearance go. He doesn't really care about those things anymore. And that's just speculation on my half. I don't know if that's gonna be happening for real in the episode. We'll have to see what happens. Also, Negan confirmed. Now this is something pretty interesting. I'm surprised that Telltale actually released this information in their tweets, and I completely skipped over it in my original announcement about this information. Telltale actually tweeted an emoji of a bat wrapped in barbed wire. Not once, not 2 times, but 3 times, basically solidifying the fact that we will be seeing Lucille, or perhaps the owner, aka Negan, in some part of New Frontier when it does arrive. So that is crazy right now. I mean, Negan is hot shit as far as the show goes, as far as the comic book goes. This guy is doing all kinds of things out there, and he is one of the biggest antagonists The Walking Dead has ever seen. And now they are bringing him into the video game. I have to admit, I'm kind of surprised that Robert Kirkman will let them use a character this pivotal to the storyline in their episodes. I mean, because I know he's kind of wrapped up into his own adventures and stuff, but he must have to have some kind of downtime or timeout for us to actually interact with him throughout The Walking Dead New Frontier, where it doesn't really conflict with what's going on or what's happened in the comic book. So I'm really interested to see how this is going to work. Negan, do you think he's been confirmed? Do you think this is just Telltale teasing? But I don't know, a baseball bat with barbed wire wrapped around it. I think the message is pretty clear on what Telltale's trying to say here. Another thing I kind of skipped over in my original video is that The Walking Dead New Frontier will have no support for Mac users. Okay, anybody using Apple's computer, as of now, The Walking Dead New Frontier will not be playable on your system. And that is unfortunate. I wonder if that's because of the new engine that Telltale's using for The Walking Dead New Frontier. Also the case for Batman, this new series that Telltale has, is not supported by Mac either. So maybe it has something to do with that overall. But it could come out later on, but for right now, they haven't released any statements telling us if there's going to be any support on Mac computers. Several people in the comment section were also talking about the Walker next to Javier. Why is he so big? Why is he so emphasized? Why is he highlighted? Is this Walker really important to what's going on to New Frontier? That's still a question mark right there that Telltale's going to have to reveal as to what's going on there. That could possibly be the Walker that we saw in the teaser, the one that's been marked on his back, the one we seen also in the screenshot here, or maybe that's just how all the Walkers are that whoever has doing these markings or these brandings on these Walkers is a part of. Maybe they mark them all in the same spot. But we don't really know right now, but definitely Walkers is an important part of The Walking Dead. So that may be the reason why he's part of the key art and so emphasized here. And then I got one comment talking about older Clem's voice. How will Clementine sound as being 3 years older than she was in season 2? Well, she may not sound this old, but here is a little preview from the voice actor of Clementine herself, Melissa Hutchinson, giving us a brief glimpse on how the voice of adult Clem would sound.
There's just a quality. She might sound more like this. There's a kind of an airy thing that she has in her voice that I don't have. So maybe she'd sound like this. That was the first time I've ever done adult Clementine. Cool. You're the first people to hear it.
Yeah.
Instead to tell Telltale to, like, you know, not kill me. Please.
We won't let it happen.
And hopefully Telltale will allow her to live on and we'll see a grown-up Clementine in the future. Alright guys, so that's everything I wanted to cover right there. We got some new information on our plate tomorrow with the 8-minute footage, Promise by Telltale Games, which I am very excited for checking out at the Video Game Awards. So guys, no reaction for that footage, but I will be giving my breakdown and my thoughts on what we get from Telltale, and I am very excited to see what we get, because it's been a while, I think since the summer, since we had any kind of real footage, video footage of The Walking Dead New Frontier, and it's been long overdue at this point in time. Alright, so guys, thumbs up the video if you did like this, and also catch you again for another video tomorrow. Game over, out.